Tap in, tap in. Yo, good morning to all of y'all. Had a long night, did a lot of thinking. Really set up all night, did a lot of thinking about a few things. And as we go into this whole new year, it's going to be a lot of new lives and not a lot of new journeys, a lot of new people being born, a lot of new people being taken away. It's a lot to grasp mentally and physically. And I feel like sometimes when trends start, we don't really understand who starts the trend. And when trends pop up, like you see the cat meme trend, you see all these different trends, and trends pop up, we don't understand, we don't really understand where this shit come from. And to let you know, a lot of this shit is designed in the lab. There's teams behind memes, there's meme teams, there's trend teams, there's a lot of things. There's all type of teams behind certain shit to make things become viral, to make things become trends, right? Hold on, let me... So there's trends behind certain shit. And I mean, there's teams behind certain things that make trends. So everything is a tester. Everything is a test to see how things are going to happen. So right now, there is a trend popping up. And the trend is, I'm going to tell my kids that this was so-and-so. Now, the fucked up part about it is, it's social media, it's social engineering, all that. So the fucked up part about it is, you got people saying shit like, I'm going to tell my kids that they was this. I'm going to tell my kids that they was this, right? The fucked up part about it is other race people been telling their kids this shit forever. This is the craziest part about it. A lot of people saying, oh, I'm going to tell my son that this person was this, or I'm going to tell my... No, they've been saying that for years. They've been doing that for hundreds of thousands of years. Telling their kids that this person was this person, and that's wrong. So I feel like right now, we have a opportunity to make a big shift in the future. And not only do we have an opportunity to make a big shift in the future, now it's time for us to start telling the truth. And even if we want to lie about some shit, you could. On God, tell your kids Beethoven was black. Tell your kids Tesla was a black nigga. Just fuck it. On God, they've been doing it to us for all hundreds of thousands of years. We've been raped of all type of shit. Man, tell your peoples that these niggas is black. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. So, I like that. Just start doing it, on God. When your kids come in the house and they say, man, who is that? Man, that's George Washington, on God. When you see a picture of Bernie Mac, on God, tell your kids that was George Washington. Fuck it. Fuck it. On God, you see a picture of Bernie Mac, tell your people, tell your kids that was a picture of George Washington. Fuck it. On God, change the whole narrative. I don't give a fuck. Might as well. But let's get into it. So, when you a light spirit and you have a mission in this world, you don't necessarily have to be seen together. If you pushing for something greater, you don't necessarily have to be seen together. I seen somebody say, you know, why you don't work with B.O.B. I don't have to work with B.O.B. if we pushing the same agenda, right? So, a lot of people, they never really seen me and Nip together. So some people may go, well, I don't know if Daylyt even know Nip. They don't even live in the same realm. And that's the thing. I keep telling y'all niggas, when you tapped in, we could communicate here. You don't have to say certain words when you tapped in. We meet in the other realm to finish the agenda in this realm. I keep telling y'all people that it's a lot of people that talk this woke shit, but are you really tapped in? We meet in those other realms to talk about the things we need to do here. So I tell people this all the time. There's a lot of people in this world that know Nipsey Hussle. There's hundreds of thousands of people that know Neighborhood Nip, Neighborhood Nip, 6-0, Neighborhood Nip. I keep telling y'all this. I don't know Neighborhood Nip. I know Ermias. I never met Neighborhood Nip. I don't have to meet Neighborhood Nip. I don't care about your gang banging. I don't care about none. I don't know that person. I have no desire to meet that person. I know Ermias. I know the nigga that we went to school with when we were children. I know the kid that used to sit in the office and used to tell the kids on the loudspeaker, I hope we have a good day today. I know the kid that we called Smart Guy. I don't think nobody remember this, but do you guys remember when Ermias first did his CD thing, when he was charging $100 for a CD or some shit, and everybody was calling him stupid? I got online and said, y'all must don't know, he been doing stuff like this since we was kids. He been ahead of the curve. I told y'all that. Everybody like, oh, what Daylyt talking about? I told y'all that. He been ahead of the curve since we was kids. I been told y'all that. The man, we called him Smart Guy coming up. I'm 12 years old, 12 years old, I'm 11 years old, 12 years old. We called him Smart Guy. I don't know Nip from Crenshaw. I don't know Crenshaw Nipsey Hussle. I don't know him. I keep telling y'all that I don't know Crenshaw Nipsey Hussle. The Nipsey Hussle or the Ermias that I know is from Watts. This what y'all not understanding. That nigga's from Watts. This man, I thought he was from our projects, and when I thought he wasn't from our projects, I thought he was from the Nixon Gardens, and when I thought he wasn't from the Nixon Gardens, I thought he was from the Haciendas, or I thought Ermias from Watts. He grew up with us. I don't know Palisades Nip. I don't know Crenshaw Nip. I don't know Neighborhood Nip. I just know Nip from Watts. So if you notice, Nip is always functioning with the Watts niggas. He either in the projects, in the Jordan Downs, or in the Nixon Gardens. This is the nigga that I grew up with, that I knew as a child. So I'm gonna get into some stories that I want to put in the world that y'all don't know about him. And I want to do this because I'm taking it up on my own self to let y'all know what type of person he was before y'all seen the rapper Nip. I'm gonna tell y'all some shit. When Nip first popped up, right? Because you got to think, Nip didn't pop up. His music career didn't take off in California first. It took off on the East first. So when Nip first popped up, right, and I start hearing, I'm like, yo, it's a Nipsey Hussle nigga that's nice, and he from L.A. So I start hearing about it. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this Nipsey nigga? Right? Let me tell y'all, this is a true story. So I'm like asking around. I'm talking to Doggy Diamonds, and Doggy Diamonds was said some wild shit, because me and Doggy Diamonds used to get into it. He said some wild shit like, yo, yeah, I help build Nip, blah blah blah. And I'm like, who is this Nip? Who is Nipsey Hussle that they talking about? So when I finally seen the picture of Nipsey Hussle, I looked at the picture and I said, I know this nigga, but I couldn't fathom where I knew him from. You got to think, people grow, people change. So I'm like, I know him, but I couldn't fathom. I'm like, yo, where the fuck this nigga looks so familiar. Right? So I start asking all the people around the hood, they like, that's Ermias. I go, wait, Ermias? Smart Guy? That's Ermias. I go, no way. They go, that's Ermias, bro. In my mind, I'm like, how the fuck he become like a super gangbanger? When we were kids, this was the smartest nigga in the school. This what y'all not understanding. I'm talking about he had the little box cut with the taper, with the curly side. It's the smartest nigga in our school. We called him Smart Guy. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, damn, like Lil Ermias. Yo, if Black Sam watching this, or anybody could tag Black Sam, I promise you, this is 100% facts. I'm like, yo, he turned out to be like a thug. I never thought that was going to happen. I never in my life thought that he was going to turn out to be like super thugging like that. I never thought that. Because he was so fucking smart as a child. So, going back to when we was a child, that's why, I put that into the perspective. Like, I don't really know Nipsey Hussle. I never met him as a gang member. I don't know him from that perspective. I know him from Ermias. So, niggas don't understand, bro. Get out of here. So, going back into when we were children, right? I'm going to give y'all some stories on what happened when we were children. So these are things that happened when we were children. And y'all I want y'all to get to know Ermias more than y'all need to know Nipsey Hussle. Y'all know Nip, but I want y'all to really get to know Ermias. So when we were children, I'm going to break down to you the day we met and how I met him. This is the true story, 100% facts, how we met. Right? It is the first day of school, Markham Middle School, located, I think that's Graham and Compton Avenue. Markham Middle School in Watts. It's the first day of school. I'm nervous as fuck. My big brothers already told me that bloods go here and we could possibly die. All type of shit. Look, if you from Watts, going to Markham for the first time is like going to prison. The school is like, it's like checking into jail because there's so many different hoods. It's all type of shit. So, the first day of school, I'm walking, I'm scared, I'm nervous. We heard all the stories. There's all type of shit that's happening. We heard all the stories. I get to school. I see the Bloods over there because the Bloods playing basketball over there on that side. The Crips playing basketball on that side. The Mexicans over there playing the handball shit in the morning. So I'm like, all right, well, I already know what's going to happen. I know it's going to be a fight. I know something going to happen. So lunchtime pop off is lunchtime. I remember our ball. So we was play. It was me, my nigga Terrell, my nigga Chop and Nip still close like this. Me, my nigga Terrell, Chop, all of us was all playing basketball. Nip used to play in the middle. He used to we had courts over here. We had courts closer to this side of the gate and courts closer to that side of the gate. And then it was middle courts. Nip used to always play in the middle court. We shot the ball. The ball rolled all the way to the other side. Nip went to get the ball. The ball rolled on the court with J-Rock. Y'all know J-Rock, TDE, Johnny, which is another one of my childhood friends. The ball rolled on Johnny's court. I went over there to get the ball. I knew I wasn't going to go, but I seen Ermias go get the ball, so I'm going. I go get the ball. It was me, Ermias, and J-Rock. I looked at Ermias, I looked at J-Rock, and it was a weird circle, bro. It was weird. I asked, right, remind you, Black Sam was right there on God, because Black Sam used to be like a cheater in basketball. On God, he didn't miss. Him and Nipsey didn't miss. They never missed. They was like cheat code players on God. They was like 99 overall. So, I'm looking, and something happened to where I forgot everything that was happening. So I just asked, I'm like, hey man, y'all want to play 21? I just asked. I'm like, y'all want to play 21? I'm like, you know what? I got to break the mold. I just asked, y'all want to play 21? Ermias was like, yeah, I'll play. J-Rock was like, or Johnny was like, yeah, I'll play. We start playing 21. This is how it started. We start playing 21. It was me, J-Rock, and Ermias. Me, Johnny, and Ermias, we start playing 21. This is how we all met. It was the first day of school. We start playing 21, and Nip beat us, bro. He beat me and J-Rock. On God, he didn't miss. So I'm like, this is when NBA Jam was lit. So I'm like, damn, you Airbud. I used to call him Airbud. You could scroll down to Twitter right now and go find the tweet. The tweet's still up. You can go find it. I tweeted Nip and said, remember when you beat me and J-Rock at 21 and Markham? The tweet's still on his Instagram. If y'all could go find it, go find it. It's still up. He was like, yep, no cap. It's still up. Go find it. So this is how we met. So, the next day of school, we get the loudspeaker. You know, the loudspeaker. The tweet's still up. You could go find it. The tweet's still on our page. I don't know if you could. It might be a lot of scrolling down. You could go find it. So, the next day at school, somebody gets on the loudspeaker. You know, the speaker to tell everybody the shit like, good morning, class. Somebody get on the loudspeaker, go, good morning, students. Reminds you, it's a child, though. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's a child. Good morning, students. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Make sure everybody get to class and be safe. I swear to God, Nip used to talk to the whole school in the morning and tell everybody to be safe. Right? Over numerous times, bro. Time go past. Remind you, he was in all the special classes, like the AP magnet classes. He was in all the extra classes. Like, I'm talking about all the magnet classes. Like, you know, where the super smart niggas be. Oh God, he had access to all the student, man. He had access to all of that in the office. He could walk on God. He could ditch class, walk. He could just do any. He had access to everything in the school. He could just walk everywhere on God. It was wild. He was super smart. All right. Fast forward a couple of months. Tension pick up. Right? Tension pick up. And I'm going to tell you how tension pick up. There was a time where the black and Mexican niggas really used to get into it. Like, it used to be wars. And I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to break this down to you. So at Markham Middle School, they did an algorithm testing on the kids to see what was going to happen. We was in class. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was 7th grade. We was in class, and they played Amistad for us. The movie Amistad. They played the movie Amistad for the black kids, bro. This was our first time ever really looking at some shit like this. Like, we grew up in the hood. We knew about Harriet Tubman. We knew about all the extra shit. But we ain't really even, like, we never looked at shit from that perspective. We're like, yeah, we used to be slaves and shit. All right, cool. They played Amistad in the classroom. Anybody that would, y'all, if you went to school with me, you remember this day like it was yesterday. They played Amistad in the classroom, and we was traumatized. We little kid, we in the 7th grade, we was traumatized. The amount of anger that we had for non-black people went through the roof. I'm talking about we was furious. Like, niggas was waiting to get out of class, because we was like, when we get out of class, we crashing anything that's not black. When we get out of class, we crashing anything that's not black. Anything. The bell let out, we go straight to the football field where all the Hispanic dudes and all the non-black people playing soccer. Is war. I promise you, as God is my witness, it looked like the movie 300 Sparta. If you from Markham, you remember this. It looked like the movie 300 Sparta. On the field. Remind you, we in the 7th grade. It looked like Sparta. Niggas is fighting everywhere. Pop, 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 pop. It's war, bro. I remember this shit so vivid, bro. I'm in the middle of the shit swinging. It was me and my nigga Brian Goodlow. If you could find Brian Goodlow, it was me, Brian Goodlow, and Willie Goodlow. I promise you, it was me, Brian Goodlow, Willie Goodlow, R.I.P. Tweeter was right there. Tweeter was right there. Kewan Bullard was right there. R.I.P. Kewan. Who else was right there? Somebody else was right. I can't remember who else was right there. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. We all throwing, everybody swinging. We ain't really had no hands like that. We just swinging. I remember looking to the side in slow-mo. I seen Ermias walking through the fight, bro. Walking. Nobody touching him. He not touching nobody. He walked completely through the fight. Walked. No, it was like he didn't even exist in our realm. Walked through the fight. He looked at me. He looked at Willie. He looked at Brian. He looked at Keywan, and he told us, "This ain't the way." Looked at us, told us, "This ain't the way." I swear to God, when I looked back at the field, nobody was fighting no more. Absolutely nobody. Nobody. Nobody was fighting. Nobody. I'm talking about nobody. Everybody was just looking. The bell rung. Ding, 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 ding. Everybody went back to class. I was in classroom like, what the fuck? At that moment, I knew this nigga was somebody else. So I started asking myself, who the fuck named their kid Hermes? What the fuck type of name is? Do you know it took us damn near 3 years to learn how to pronounce that nigga name? If you went to Markham with us, you would understand. Nobody knew how to say his name. Man, what's his name? Hermes? Man, we didn't even know how to pronounce his name. Oh God, tell Amius or famous Amos or whatever. Man, we did. Man, Amius, this is what we used to say, man. So I just used to call him Airbud. That was my nickname for him, Airbud, because he didn't miss. So the very next morning, Killer, you remember Killer in my line. Nobody knew how to say his name when we was coming up. Man, Hermes. That's what we used to say, Hermes. Oh God, tell Hermes to come play basketball. So bam, right? After the riot was over, all the shit was over, we get back to class the very next morning. Okay, guys, have a good day at school. Boom, boom, boom. So now, the very next day, I get back to the basketball court. It's him, Sam. I remember this shit like, dog, I don't really smoke, drink, and shit like that. So, like, I got a vivid memory. So, it was him, Hermes. It was Hermes, Sam, J-Rock, which is Johnny. It was another dude named A-Mac. Short nigga named A-Mac. I remember he used to have a Tim Hardaway crossover. I haven't seen A-Mac since we was kids, so I'm blessed that he's still here in good health. I want to put positive energy in the world. Blessed that I can't remember his real name. But it was A-Mac and it was Dion. I haven't seen Dion since then, right? It was Dion. And it was weird because I was one of the only people from my side of Watts that used to go play basketball on that side. Like, all our homies used to stay over there and play with that side. So I used to be like, if Nip going over there, well, I'm going over there to play too. So I used to always play with the Bloods. Oh, it was me and Johnny. Every day was to play basketball. It was me, Johnny, and Nip. Sam used to always play, but I thought Sam and Nip was twins coming up. I never really knew Sam was older until Sam graduated before us. Right? Like, Sam left early, and I was like, oh, shit, Sam is a grade older than us. Okay. Or he might have been 2. I'm not sure if he's 2 years older. I don't know. But Sam left before us. Right? Killer on God. I used to play basketball with the Bloods all day. So, boom. Right? I'm going to tell y'all another story. Look, I'm going to tell y'all another. This shit is so wild. All right. So, we playing basketball. I remember these stories so vivid. We playing basketball as me, Johnny, which is AKA J-Rock, me, Johnny, Dion, Nip, Sam, A-Mac, and it was probably I think Brian didn't come over there. Who else came over there? Somebody else came over there to watch. So out of nowhere, we look to the left. We see a bunch of niggas hopping the gate from the Hacienda Compton Avenue side. A bunch of niggas hopping the gate. Killer, I remember this shit like it was yesterday because I was scared for my life. We see a bunch of niggas hopping the gate, right? The homies go, it's on, right? Remind you, these grown niggas. It was grown niggas from the other side. Hunters, grown niggas. They hit the gate. So I was going to run, but I'm like, man, I ain't going to run because they about to run over there and get them. So if I stay over here with the Bloods, I might kind of fit in. They might run past me. On God, niggas was running past me. So I'm like, I'm going to just chill right here with Johnny. God, so niggas was running past. They going, it's grown men going to beat up little kids on God. So I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I remember Pig, I remember it because he looked like a pig. So I remember they was like, get him, Pig. So Pig, remind you, Pig was he was way older than, man, Pig, I seen Pig beat up the homie. I'm watching it. Pig got him on the wall, drilling him. This a big person versus a sixth grader. Pig drilling him. Wow. Right? I'm standing right next to the shit. I'm watching it. Then more people come. They drilling. Then before you know it, it's a big old rumble. It's a rumble. Like everybody rumbling. Like fuck it. Because more people came. Like, man, y'all can't jump. They can't. It's a rumble. So I looked at, this is one of the defining moments where me and Johnny relationship became solid. This kind of when we became like best friends in junior high school. So I looked at Johnny, J-Rod, and I was like, it was a thing like, are we supposed to fight or not? Because like I knew Johnny was from that side and I was from that side. So I'm like what the fuck we do in this scenario? Right? And like in the midst of that, like we didn't do nothing. It was like I just looked at him and he looked at me and it was like, nigga, we friends, nigga, we ain't about to fight, nigga, fuck that. And we didn't fight, bro. And from that day on, me and Johnny became cool. But in the midst of that fight, I remember looking at Nip and I remember him just shaking his head. Nobody touched him. Nobody touched Nip. Nobody said nothing to Nip. Everybody ran past. The Crips didn't touch him. The Blood didn't touch him. Sam was right there. I remember Nip just shaking his head like, damn, man, like our people really out here fucking over each other. And he just walked off. Walked through the cafeteria. I'm looking because we on this side. He walked straight from the courts through that side gate, through the cafeteria, and probably went back to the office or probably went to the band area by the auditorium. He walked right over there, looked and shook his head and was like, this ain't the way. Walked through. This is all facts. Tell him, killer. Yo, so the more and more I started to think about this, he had a plan from a child. The more and more I really think about Ermias as a person, he had a plan from a child. So I'm going to give y'all one more story. And this story is wild, bro. So, you know the character Debo? Right? Alright, so you know all these movies, they take these characters from Watts. Like Boys in the Hood. I mean, not Boys in the Hood. Menace to Society and all that. These are Watts movies. I hope y'all know. Y'all watch movies based off the neighborhoods we grew up in. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas and all that. Man, this is a Watts. Y'all play games and watch movies based off the real live neighborhood that we grew up in. So peep this. You know the character Debo? That was a real person. The idea of a nigga on a beach cruiser that made the squeaky noise, that was a real person. And I'm going to tell you what his name was. Cruz. And he was from Hunters. All right, now I'm going to break the story down. There was a mythical nigga, like his name was Cruz, and he was from Hunters, and he was like Jason. Imagine a nigga like Michael Myers. So I remember this shit like it was yesterday. We was sitting on the PE. Binky, you remember Cruz? Okay, now we got some more of my childhood friends in here. We got a couple of my childhood friends in here. Now I know y'all remember that name because that name still give me the shivers. On God, the name Cruz still give me the shivers to this day. If a nigga say Cruz coming, I'm liable to get up out of there. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. Like if I got a show and I'm on stage or something and I'm performing my set and the nigga be like, yeah, you know Cruz outside. Oh no. On God, I'm liable to still be scared. That name is like a Freddy Krueger type of name to me. So look, we sitting on the PE field. Everybody on the PE field. They say you can hear it, my nigga. You can hear. It's like the jaws sound. Dum 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 dum. You can hear that coming up Central. Swear. No, Compton Avenue. You can hear that coming up Compton Avenue. Bro. You can hear the beach cruiser on God. Skeet, squeak, squeak, squeak. You can hear it. All you hear on the PE field, Cruz coming. That's all you hear on the PE field, Cruz coming. I swear for God, the whole school running in a frenzy. Teachers and all that. The whole school. Binky and my lion. On God, you look, he coming around the corner on the beach cruiser. He coming around the corner on the beach cruiser. On God, he riding slow. It's like a shark. On God, look. God, so look, let me tell you what he used to do. He knew that we would all run and hop the gate to go back to our side. On God, Cruz was the spookiest Mexican known to mankind. On God, the ponytails. On God, he was spooky. So he would ride his bike around the school and ride it on our side so we couldn't run that way. Oh God, we used to be, my nigga, we was in the 6th grade, bro. Why you doing this to us, Cruz? We kids. Look, we was in the 6th grade. Why you doing this to us? You a grown Mexican nigga fresh out the pen. Oh God, we kids. We was running for our lives. Man, I think he was mixed. I can't remember, my nigga. I don't think I ever looked at him in the eyes. Bitch, I heard Cruz coming out of there. Nigga, I only seen him from afar. Nigga, you not getting close to me, Michael Myers. Swear to God, bro. So look, my nigga, we was kids. We in the 6th, 7th grade. On God, this a grown man on the beach cruiser. Grown, fully grown. Got the Mexican, big old buff Mexican body. On God, grown. He used to ride the bike slowly, riding slowly. He came around. He was mixed. Richard. Oh, we got another one of Battlestar. Another one of my childhood friends in here. They gonna tell y'all the truth. On God, light skinned nigga with the ponytails. On God. He hit the gate. Yeah, look, Richard. Look, I told y'all niggas. Y'all internet niggas think I be playing. Look, Chris. Another one of my childhood friends in here. Look. Y'all niggas, y'all internet niggas think this shit a joke. This the shit we had to go through when we was kids. Y'all niggas watch Michael Myers and all that. We had a real one. A real gangbanger Michael Myers that used to stalk us. God. I swear to God, this was like a real live Michael Myers on a bike. Oh God, Cruz came around. We was panicking. Oh, panicking. We didn't know where to go. I swear to God, we didn't know. We running, my nigga. We trying to open doors. We trying to get in the locker room. On God, people hiding under the bleachers. All type of shit. We hiding under the chairs. Hey, we out of here. Look, my nigga. I swear to God, we all ran. We ran to the cafeteria area. I looked to the left. On God, as God is my witness. Ermias said, come in here. He had the keys, my nigga. He had the keys to some room. Like it was like a storage room or some shit. Look, I swear to God, he had the keys, the storage keys to some room and said, come in here. I swear to God. I went in, BJ went in, Brian went in, we all went in. Oh God, we sitting there, we hot. Oh God, he looking at us, he looking out the door. He was like, it's gonna be all right. Like everything gonna be okay in a minute. Just chill out in here. And he left us in the room and went out. We in the room, bro. We little kids in the 6th grade. We in the room shivering. Oh God, oh God, we shivering. We get out the class. We get out the door. Like, you know, black people, we got this weird thing where we can't just die in the room. On God, we want to look. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just open the door. I opened the door. The school was empty. Everybody was back in the classrooms. I was like, oh shit, we late to the class. So we come out the thing. I guess whatever happened, man, he did some magical God shit and fixed the whole school. I can't even fathom what he did. He just told us stay in the closet. And when we came out the closet, everybody was back in class. All right. When we get out, first person pull up, on God, Tony. I already know you, Binky. I know you remember Tony on the orange cart. Tony pulled up and was like, why y'all out of class? Right? If you from Markham, you remember Tony used to drive the orange car. I don't remember none of. I remember these people names. I remember every name. I remember every. I got a very good memory. So we pull up. Tony, why y'all out of class? We was kind of like, we didn't really know what to say, right? Right? Nip walked up. Ermias walked up and said, they with me. I'm walking them to their class, because he had the unlimited class pass. Nip had the unlimited class pass, right? Like he could just leave class whenever he want. I told you he was in magnet classes and all type of shit, so he could just walk. He could go to the restroom whenever. He could do anything he want. Oh God, he had a black card at junior high, like some type of unlimited do anything pass. He walked us back to the classroom. Right? And was in the classroom. So at that moment, I started to realize, I'm like, yo, so I started taking guesses. I'm like, all right, who the fuck is this kid, man? Like, I remember. Chris, what's good, bro? I remember. What'd he say? He said, that nigga said, I left school that day and got caught by the police. Look, we was little niggas, 6 to 17, 8, 9, 10, ditching and all type of shit. Damn, Chris, get your ass back into class. All right, so I started really, because I was a deep thinker. So when I was younger, I was a super deep thinker. Anybody would tell you, like, I was always thinking wild. So I started to really, really think, like, yo, who the fuck is Ermias? Like, why he don't never got problems with nobody? Like, how the fuck he could just hang with everybody? I start thinking like this. So I start asking people around the school. I'm like, hey, man, hey, Nip from PJs? They was like, nope. I was like, Nip from Grape? They was like, nope. Nip from Hunters? Nope. Nip from Hussle's? Nope. How the fuck he go to Markham then? Where? Look, growing up, we didn't know. Like, I used to ask these questions. How the fuck is he even here? Right, but I wasn't thinking, my mind wasn't fully old enough to understand. So, right, now that I'm older, as a older man, and I'm starting to process life on a grand scale, right? Watts is a sacred place. It is extremely sacred, and a lot of people don't know this. They're not familiar with Nova Blind. They're not familiar with none of this. Watts in general is a sacred place, and a lot of people don't know this. There is many gods and all. It's sacred land. A lot of people do not know this. It is sacred land. There's a lot. There's a lot. When you do the history on Watts, there is a lot. Bro, listen to me. Bink. It is a sacred land. Now, when you tie into what Watts is, why it's even called Watts, when you tie into what Watts is, and then you go, oh shit, this nigga grew up in Watts. This nigga was raised by Watts niggas. This nigga functioned with the Watts niggas. Then you start to think about it. Then I start to go, okay, yo, what the fuck is his name? His name is Hermes. Okay, damn. He was sent by God. His name literally means sent by. It's a nigga from a whole nother part of the world. Landed in Watts. He didn't... Look, my nigga, dear 6-0s, this go to all the whole 6-0 car. I fuck with a lot of niggas from 6-0. I got a lot of friends from 6-0. Nip was raised by Watts niggas. I don't care how you feel. Nip was raised by Watts niggas. In Watts. I never looked at it from that perspective, but as I got older, I said, oh, okay. His heart is amongst these niggas. There's something special about Watts, and he knew that, and there was a reason why he was sent there. Now, I started to think about this on a grand scale. I go, yo, one of Nip's biggest goals, and this is outside of music, his goal was to unite these projects, man. And this is a common goal that we have already had since we was children, and we've talked about this shit since we was children. The objective was to unite these projects, bro. The objective was literally to unite these projects, because if we can unite these people of Watts, I'm going to tell you something. Watts is like an infinity gauntlet. I want y'all to know this. It's like an infinity gauntlet, and each project is a stone. Right? Watts. Just look at Watts as a whole infinity gauntlet, and each project is a stone. If we could put all of these stones in one glove, something is going to happen tremendously to the world. Towards the end of Nip's career, I remember I spoke to Nip. This was maybe like a couple of years ago. I literally said, and this was before everybody jumped on the bandwagon, I said, I get it, bro. I don't even want you. You can find the tweet. It might still be on the Instagram. It might still be on the Twitter. I said, I get it, bro. I don't even want you to follow me. I don't want you to reply to me. I don't want nothing. I know what you're doing, and you know what I'm doing. Let's finish the mission. The tweet should still be on his account or my account. Let's finish the mission, and we'll fucking take a toast when we got this shit right. For right now, we in the battlefield. Right? So towards the end of Nip's life, he made a power play. And this is a power play that a lot of people really didn't fully see. He made, you remember, thank you. He made a power play. And this was the epic try. I don't give a fuck about the album. I don't care about the clothing store. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about that. He made an epic play. And the epic play was, he went to the Nickersons and signed Killer Twan and started the Nickerson movement. Not just the Nickerson way, but he went to the Nickerson and really stamped his feet in them projects. Right after that, he came to our side and stamped his feet in the projects and walked up 103rd, got on the metro and all type of shit with our side. If you look at Nip's last couple of moments right before he got killed, he got a picture in the Nixon Gardens with all the Bloods, and then he got a picture in the Jordan Downs with all the greats right in front of the bridge. This was the epic step. The epic step was to unite this shit and bring this shit together. That was the epic step, to unite this shit and bring this shit together. If I could sign Killer Twan them and get them all in the mix, then I already know I got the great peoples in the mix. Then eventually I could start getting both parties in the studios together. Once I can get both parties in the studios together, then we can start doing tours. Then we can start putting the positivity in the music. Then before you know it, the music will change the perception of the kids, and then we can have something powerful. This was the plan. And now that I'm an older person and I see it, this has been his plan since he was sent to watch. This has been the plan. The plan was to unify these projects, bro. The plan is to unify this world. The plan is to unify these people, because I'm going to break something down to y'all. The children of Watts is a special breed, and I'm going to go into something else. Bink. If Bink and Chris and Richard, Battlestar, Bink, Chris, Rich, all my fams that's in here, I'm going to break something down to y'all that y'all may not have known. So when we was younger, I broke this down on my gram the other day. What? Alright, so I want to break something down to y'all. All the people that have died from grape, a lot of people don't understand, and we as gang members, we just look at these niggas as homies and they was powerful people, but we don't understand why they ran the hood, how they ran the hood. When we look at people like Beezy and Tweeter and Kodak and Gio, we not understanding what they were and why they ran the hood the way they ran the hood. This is modern day God sitting on a throne. When you think about the effect that Beezy had over the projects, it's not because he was a super gang member, bro. The gang member is the matrix over what's really happening. It's not that. It's not that. I want you to go into genetics, bro. We got to start going into the genetics. You got to start going into the genetics of Dale. You got to start going into the genetics of the Hesters. You got to start going into the genetics of Beezy and Tweeter. You got to start going into their whole family tree. Ricky and all. You got to go into the genetics of Kodak, how good he was at basketball. You got to go into the genetics of these people. So there's one thing about Tweeter and Beezy that everybody knew them for. It was the shape of their head. When we was younger, we used to say they had hook heads and bullet heads. We used to talk about them and say they had hook heads and bullet heads. But we was trained to clown that shit, not knowing what it was. Oh God. That is a sign of a god, bro. That form of cranium is a sign of a god, my nigga. That form of cranium is a sign. It's a sign, bro. So when you really start thinking about the effect that these people had over the whole hood, it's because who they really were genetically. Man, I haven't talked to Keefe in a week or two. It's who they were genetically, bro. A lot of people not really understanding what this shit was. Nip was here to wake up these lost gods, bro. His mission was to wake up the gods, bro. I can't even fathom how many crazy ass niggas in the Nickersons that's fucking superhumans and all type of Look, there is people in these projects that are superhumans, bro. There are people in these projects that have forgotten who they were or what they are. There's people in these projects that have forgotten who they are and what they are supposed to do. We are so far away from our mission. And his objective was to make sure we remembered who the fuck we were and what we are and what we are supposed to do. Bink, when you think about the people that have died, let's line them up. Beezy, Tweeter, K-Lo. K-Lo had a different type of power. When you think about K-Lo as an individual, he had a different type of power. I said this last live. He was a bully, but he had a different type of energy that came with K-Lo. It was different. It was a different type of energy that came with K-Lo. When you think about Tweeter, as crazy as he was one of the nicest people you could ever meet when he wasn't wilding. When you think about Beezy, you think about all these people in general. Think about who they was when they wasn't what they was. My nigga, these niggas was gods, bro. When you think about Kodak, on God, Kodak could have made it. He was nice. He went to manual arts. He checked out of the hood. His genetics could have spread somewhere else. He could have made it. I want you to think about something else. Think about Cartel. On God, how he just get cancer, my nigga? Cartel 6'7". On God, he had the head too. Binky, think of Binky. I want you to think about this, big dog. Everybody who had that head, they gone. Think about it, Bink. On God, Nip got the same head. Nip got one of them heads. Nip got one of them long heads. On God, he do. Y'all not understanding. On God, I got the peanut. My mama got a peanut. We not understanding what's happening, God. Listen to me, my nigga. When I say Kodak, I'm not talking about Kodak Black. We got a homie from our hood named Kodak. On God, people got the heads, and a lot of niggas in the Nickersons got the heads too. Tupac had the head too. Look, it's something special about this head. Look, breaking this shit down from this perspective, bro had a mission, my nigga. And his mission is most definitely going to be continued, and I'm going to make sure it's continued. Now, I don't smoke or drink. And I think that may play an important role on why my memory is so vivid. I really understood his mission as a human. I don't care about the music. I don't care about no album sales. I don't care about no Grammys. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about selling clothing. I don't care about none of that. It is the mission and the energy that he had put into this world of telling people exactly what we need to do. And this just goes to the people from Watts. This goes to the people in the... Hey, what's up, big dog? What up, what up? Here.
Oh, sorry.
This just goes to the people of our project. On God, Bink, you got a blockhead. You got one of the things too. Man, it's people in these projects that are gods. There's people in these projects that are warriors. There's people in these projects that are fucking all type of scientists and all type of shit. It's just our focus was wrong. And I feel like Nip's entire mission was to bring that together. Unfortunately, we got the situation that we got where he was taken from this realm. But I don't believe that we should let that. J-Rock, look, you not understanding. Rock got the head. Y'all not understanding what I'm trying to tell you on God. Rock got a diamond in the back of his hook. Swear to God he got a diamond in the back of his hook. Rock got the hook. Look, it's so much. I don't see the word talent. I don't care about talent. We talking about talent. I don't care about talent. I don't give a fuck if somebody good at basketball. I don't care if somebody good at rap. It's bigger than talent. Man, there's some niggas in the... Come here. Marty, can you get in, please? There's some people in these projects that could change the entire atmosphere. There's niggas in these projects that could probably look at the sky and change the weather. There's niggas in these projects that could fucking alter the whole universe. We really don't understand how powerful we are. I've seen this shit with my own eyes. Yo, Chris, y'all see my friend Chris Sesame? His whole family is full of Mike Piazzas and Hideo Nomos and all them niggas. He has the greatest baseball family known to mankind. These niggas was demigods at the baseballing. Man, me and Chris played baseball together. On God, I was weak as a bitch. Baseball wasn't my skill. I used to strike out every time. Man, Chris and them used to be hitting home runs. On God, you know who else was a Watts nigga that wasn't a Watts nigga? 40 Joe. R.I.P. 40 Joe. I want you to think about this. 40 Joe dead too. He also had one of them cones in the back a little bit. He was another demigod. On God, being Chris' whole family full of Hideo Nomos and all them. Bing, just start thinking about the niggas that got took. On God, 40 Joe used to be in Watts with us. He's from 40s. What the fuck he doing over there with us? He was another one of them demigod niggas. On God, he used to whack the ball way over the gate. Look, Watts is some special people in Watts. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all. It is some special. Geo. We put that on Geo. Everybody on Geo and Geo. Man, Geo was good as a motherfucker at basketball. It was, oh man, we gotta really look at what's happening, man. It is some special people in these projects. And I'm just speaking on our side because that's the people I know. I can only imagine the people in the Imperial Courts. I can only imagine the people in the Nixon Gardens. I can only imagine the people in the Haciendas with all these motherfucking gods over there, bro. Look, before I go, I'm going to say this. Nip had a mission. Nip wanted the people of Watts to wake up. We got to wake up, people. Soon, we going to have to wake up. We're gonna have to wake up, bro. This was his mission from the beginning. Nobody understands why he went to Markham with us if he wasn't from Watts. His mission has always been from a kid to wake these people up. And we gotta finish that. Killer, Bink, all of us that knew him and we were all children on the same accord, we gotta finish this, bro. We can't let this social media algorithm shit make us forget. Because they going to try to. They going to pump all these dumbass rappers, all the bullshit, make us forget. Nope. We got to finish this shit. So you know what we need to do? We got to write the new Bible. All the people that knew him, we need to get some new disciples. All the people that knew Nip as a child, we need to sit together and we need to write the new Bible, the book of Ermias.